number you have dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. Or dial 611 for customer assistance. Message NE.
Their number has been disconnected. Are you kidding me?
Hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe. We do this every time, like na 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 na. Feeling like I'm on the highway, 'cause everything been going my way. And now they looking at me sideways. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna be, na na na. Never ever gonna leave.
Welcome to the vlog. Today, we're gonna try to get a free pizza. All right, so on New Year, okay, where was I? On New Year's, we ordered a pizza, well, a pizza and wings to be precise, for an event we were doing. Okay, it's a little bit better. All right, so New Year's, we had an event. We were doing a live stream event, and I had some leaders coming over for this live stream event. And one of them, my buddy Jonathan, which I'm hoping to have him on the vlog soon, he goes to pick up the pizza for me. So I order it. So now this is, I won't say the name of this place. And for those of you who know me and know the area, no, it's not Big J's. So this pizza place closer to my house that we go to for stuff, I call them up, which is how I've always ordered or going in. So I call them up and the phone's just ringing, 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 ringing. So I'm like, huh, okay, that's weird. So I'm like, well, I don't want to just go down there because it's New Year's, well, New Year's Eve, I guess, and it's gonna be busy, so like it could take them like an hour and a half to 2 hours to make this pizza. I wanna order ahead of time. So I'm like, okay, let me use the whole, whatever their app is to order. And I don't know, I wasn't DoorDash, it might have been DoorDash, it was one of the apps. So I'm like, let me just use their app. I can see on there that they have an app option so to order online. So I do that, I put in all the information, I get my confirmation, I get my receipt, I get my delivery time, or not delivery time, my ready pickup time, all that stuff. And then Jonathan gets there and he calls me, he goes, they can't find your order. And I'm like, okay, hold on, let me pull it, because I didn't realize it's like, should be my number. They're like, yeah, they don't have it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That pulled like my old phone number from my Google information. Use this number. He's like, no, they don't have it under that either. And I was like, well, here's the confirmation number. No, they don't use confirmation numbers, which that was kind of weird to me. Like, they don't use the confirmation number to confirm your order. And then he's like, well, basically at the end of the day, he's like, they don't have an order that matches what you got. I'm like, that's impossible because I was charged, I have a receipt. And he's like, no. And I'm like, what? And so basically he's like, yeah, this guy is, you know, like, he basically, Jonathan in his nice Jonathan way says that it's a mess down here. Like, this place is super unorganized, unprofessional. He's like, the guy said that he unplugged the phones because they ran out, basically they run out, like 6:30, they ran out of product, is what I later found out. The guy just told Jonathan, oh, we got overwhelmed and I unplugged the phones. And I'm like, okay, are you... So rather than answering the phone or even quickly just recording a message that said, hey, we're closed early due to yeah, fine. I would've been kind of annoyed if it was like, oh, hey, you can't order pizza because we got super busy and we closed early because we ran out because we had like 4 times the orders, you know, that we normally have or we expected. There's so many things like wrong with this, right? Like knowing your supply and demand, like knowing how much product to have, knowing it's a big event, all this stuff. Anyways, we get down to the fact that the guy's like, yeah, so I just unplugged the phones. I'm like, well, that didn't stop the online orders. Like, people are still ordering online and you have no way to, oh. So I'm like, okay, I get annoyed. So I go out and I leave some review on Facebook and Google review. Didn't do Yelp. And I'm like, I was frustrated, right? Like, if they just said, oh, we can't give you your pizza, that would have been like minorly annoying. Like, oh, that was our plan. Oh, well, it's New Year's Eve. Like, you know, I guess we should have tried to order earlier, which I did order pretty early. It's like 6:30 or 7, something like that. And so I'm like frustrated at the fact of rather than dealing with their problem, the guy literally unplugged their phone, thinking that was gonna make the problem go away. And because of it, I went through the process of ordering and got billed. And I'm just thinking from their point of view, how much of a nightmare this is. That we had one employee panic and make a bad judgment call. And from a business point of view, I'm like, this is a nightmare. Now the owner has to come in and deal with like everyone that is his local customers who's upset because of this. Like, it's one thing to just say we're closed or we can't take your order. Again, that's mildly irritating, but we also understand, right? But to just say we just turned off our phones, didn't give you any kind of warning, and just kept collecting your money knowing we weren't gonna give you a product, that's like enraging, right? So I'm enraged, right? So and I leave some reviews and then I message them. I'm like, hey, you know, longtime customer. I order stuff personally. I also order stuff for business and, you know, like large orders. Like what the heck? Like you may have just lost a customer. This is not cool. And I'm assuming the owner messaged me back a couple hours later and was like, and apologized. In fact, I'll read you the message. I will read you the message. All right, here's the message. So I get this at December 31st at 9:36. So we order like, I think it was like around 6:48 or 6:38 or something like that. I get this message at 9:36 saying, well, first I messaged him. I sent him pictures of the confirmation, so he didn't think I was just whatever. Like I sent him like, look, you billed me. Here's my confirmation. Here's my receipt. Like what's going on? And he said, hi Jared, first I'd like to apologize for the mistake on our, I think it's autocorrect, it's behave, but I think it's supposed to be behalf.
You sure about that?
We received a lot of orders tonight due to the holiday, and we had to shut down early, right around 6:45, 7 p.m. We ran out of product. That was kind of annoying too, because like I actually got my order in just before that, but whatever. Unfortunately, we weren't able to update any of our online ordering services. So, I mean, who would anticipate that? So I guess moving forward, that's something to fix, but like, I guess that's something that's hard to anticipate. Like, when would you, like, who would think like we need to know how to shut off our ability to take orders online during our business hours? So okay, I see that. We'll be contacting the company to issue refunds to anyone who paid in the app. Okay, all right, we're getting there. With that being actually not just getting there, that's really all he needed. He apologized, he explained the situation, took responsibility for it, didn't try to make any excuses other than just the reality, and then offered a refund. So that would have been good. I would have been like, all right, cool. You know, I probably would have gone and just taken my reviews down, just changed them to nothing. He said, with that being said, we will gladly make your order for free anytime in the future. I'm like, ooh, it's getting interesting. I do apologize again and sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused you. I'll get to that in a second because it was pretty inconvenient. We look forward to accommodate your order at another time. Have a safe and happy new year. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That's above and beyond. It was frustrating because it was like, at that point, it was late. Like we weren't gonna be able to go and get pizzas from everyone else because we were gonna be going live in like 30 minutes. And so we were gonna eat and then go live. So Jonathan ended up having to just go to the grocery store and just getting like crappy little like frozen pizzas, DiGiorno's stuff, which, you know, DiGiorno's not bad, but it's definitely not like a New York local pizza joint, which is like amazing pizza and wings. And so we lost on the wings and we got frozen pizza. So I was intrigued because he offered to give us that order for free as well. So I'm gonna call them right now. So today's the 6th. So it's been 6 days. He said, oh, we're more than happy to give you that order for free at, you know, anytime. I wanna see if he meant it. Let's find out.
The number you have dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. Or dial 611 for customer assistance. Message NE.
Their number has been disconnected. Are you kidding me? Oh, they
The
disconnected.
number you have dialed is not in service. Please check the number and dial again. Or dial...
What? That's not what it was doing that night. It was just ringing, and then I can't remember if it was going to like a message machine or if it was just, because I remember thinking like, why wouldn't they have just changed their message? I think it was going to a message. It felt like a home phone is what it was. It was ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. Yeah, I think it was just ringing nonstop. And I was like, calling a house? Like, why is this ringing? That's insane. I'm gonna message them right now and see. Because what I told him is I said, okay, I said, I appreciate the response, I understand, and that's not the story that I got that night. So I was telling him like, okay, that's not the story that night. I said, we'll update my reviews to reflect the awesome customer service when I contacted you. So my plan is if he actually does what he says, I'm gonna go and update all my reviews and not just take them down. I'm gonna actually just update them and say, hey, this place has like the best pizza and the best wings in the area, in my opinion. We love it, we eat here all the time. And the customer service is great. We actually had an incident on New Year's Eve and didn't get our pizzas, and the owner totally made it up to us and refunded it and took care of us and gave us free, and just turned what could have been what was currently a bad review into a good one. But now I'm like, are they even in business anymore, or did they just disconnect their phone? Like, were they getting so... I'm kind of worried because this is legit like our favorite pizza place, and it's like within walking distance of our house. I'm gonna message him. Hello, I tried calling to order and the number has been disconnected. Are you still in business? And what's the best way to order? Boom, message sent. I'll update you guys later tonight when I get a message back. I really hope I'm not out of business. All right, he just got back to me. He gave me a phone number and said through him, his name is Mike, but I'm pretty sure it's the same number.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
He doesn't even know his phone number is not in service anymore. He sent me that same number, and I tried it again just to be sure. I checked the area code and all that stuff, which I have the same area code now, so that shouldn't be an issue. And so I just messaged him, that number says it's not in service. All right, little update. He said checking it out now. So he has no clue. So they're still in business. I don't know how much longer if they keep having these problems, but he just said checking it out now. He literally has no clue that his business number is down. Well, this is taking an interesting twist. I'm gonna go and I'll update you guys later. We'll see what happens. All right, he just messaged me back that we're all set. So let's try calling again.
Hi, Rosa Verde, how may I help you?
Hi, I'm calling in. I messaged you through Facebook. Is this Steve?
Okay.
And on New Year's, we'd placed an order, and then it didn't obviously work out. And he said,
I know who you are.
okay, perfect. I was just wondering if it would be possible to place that order tonight.
Go ahead.
All right.
When you are.
It was a large pepperoni pizza and 20 wings.
Okay, what flavor?
It was mild, buffalo.
Okay, well, you know you can have anything you want. You don't necessarily have to get that.
Oh.
You understand what I'm saying? You can get anything that you like. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not interested in counting whatever you got. I want to give you whatever you want tonight.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to upgrade or anything. I will do though. I will make them grilled instead of just the regular.
Okay. So a large pepperoni and 20 grilled mild.
Yes.
Okay. That it?
Yep. I'll do it.
All right. Come pick it up in 25.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. You're all set then.
All right. Thank you.
You got it, bud.
All right. There you go. There you go. He was super cool. So not only did he do it, but he, like you heard him, he said like, oh, I'm not interested in just comping you. You can get whatever you wanted. So I could have been like, oh yeah, give me 40 wings, give me whatever, upgrade me. Clearly I didn't want to do that. Honestly, the only reason I'm even doing it, I wasn't even gonna do it, but then I was like, this might make a good episode. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it and see if they actually offer it for real or not. So let's go pick it up. All right, I'm here. Let's go get the pizza.
How you doing?
Hey, good. I have an order in.
25 is here.
Have a good one.
Boom, just like that, we go from being annoyed and like, I'm never gonna eat there again, to like, this place is still awesome. Their service is as good as their pizza. Look, I understand, like things happen, right? It's New Year's, it's busy. They got overwhelmed, right? The guy who was working for them maybe didn't handle it super well, maybe just unplugging the phones was a terrible way, honestly, to handle that. But the guy made it right. So if you are a takeaway here, like if you're in business for any amount of time, something's gonna happen, right? You're gonna sell something and it's gonna break, or there's something they're gonna be unhappy with, and they're gonna come back. How are you gonna deal with it? You know, you're gonna give a haircut that is, they're gonna get home, they're gonna be like, oh, this is terrible. And you're like, you know, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make it right? Something's gonna happen. You know, my first video, or my first business, as we talked about in these videos, was video production. That's never right the first time. I mean, okay, fine. Like there's times you just give and they just love it. But more often than not, like it's like, oh, okay, well, I need this, and this change, you know, and you do it. You keep working, you get it right, and then you're done. So what are you going to do in those situations? I think he handled it very well. He apologized, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, their pizza is, I think, the best in the area. And, you know, after that whole situation, I'm definitely like definitely impressed, like bigger fans than even before, because of how everything was handled and how cool they were about it. I was kind of like nervous going in there because I thought it was gonna be awkward, like, oh, this guy. But, you know, he was cool about it. You heard him on the phone. He was like, no, yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, I know. I got you taken care of. It doesn't have to be. He was super chill about it when I got in there. There was no awkwardness. They were cool about it. It was like no big deal. And yeah, so little lesson there you can learn, you can extrapolate from that for your own business. Be cool to your customers. You know, we had a video episode a few vlogs back about customer service, and like, oh, you know, customer service is gone, and you know, you guys all were commenting about that and experiences. At some point you're going to be the one giving the bad customer service. It just happens. And then what do you do to make it better? So all right, guys, go check the link in the description for the free video I've been talking about. I won't go into too much detail about that today because it's kind of a long episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow.